Hello people, long time no speak. So yesterday I did a little bit of work on the pool, but not much because it was rain, and also Karen and Lucy were away on a little spa day and overnight. But what I've done today is I've finished drilling sawing out all the holes. So I've sawn the holes and mounted the incoming jets. So these are the incoming jets. You face them down eventually. I've sawn the hole out and mounted the sort of holder for the light, which is in there. That's the light in there. And then I've also sawn the hole out and mounted the bit where the water goes out. And then I've secured all that. There's a little post that sits there. That's the perfect measurement. And then that is basically inside there is where all the cack would end up, basically. So put that back down on there. So basically now the next step is to put the liner in. So I'm gonna, because I've been walking on this again, there's a few places where I've twisted my shoe, so I need to just pack it down a little bit with a heavy object of some sort, because I can't lift that thing back in the hole because it's easy 100 kilos. So what I'll do is pad that down and then put on the side wall mat, which is like a sort of a half a centimetre of insulation. It's like a foamy stuff. And then I'll put down the floor mat, which is that one over there. It's like a little felt mat. And then it's a case of putting the liner in. So you start by putting it in the middle, and then you fold it out, and eventually you stretches to the sides, and then you basically clip it up the wall. There's these things that mount on the top. Actually, that's probably what I'll do next. I'll put them on first. They're called snap-in, liner mounts or something. So once they are on, then I fold the liner out and clip it into those, and then it's a case of filling it up, basically. But the next step after that would be to cut out all the holes for where these things are, because these are just loose mounted, and then you fold the liner inside these little holes, and then you pop them back on. Same with this one as well. And then I've got my hose ready. They came yesterday and they drilled 2 holes. I'll show you them in a sec. Just get out the hole. They came yesterday and drilled through into the basement. So one goes through there, so I've put that through just so that nothing can get in, mainly. And then there's 2 coming out of this side. So there's one which the pipe goes into, and then there's one which I've just loosely put the piece of concrete back in. The walls are half a metre thick, so you got concrete and then breeze blocks. And that one's for the electricity cables. So there's going to be 2 electricity cables come out of here. 3, sorry. One which will come to where the pump is, the hot water pump. One which will come and it'll go down this tube and into me workshop, which is going to be, so I'm connecting the electricity there at the same time. And then one which will come out and it'll come along here and it'll connect to that light. And then the same one that goes to that light will probably also feed some lights which are in the deck. So that's why I put another 50mm hole there, so that we've got enough space to put 3 cables through without having any drama. So on the outside of these things, so if you can imagine, basically from the hot water that's coming from the pump, comes from over there, comes into here, it goes into this T-joint, so it comes in here, shoots out into the pool, then continues, also goes into this one, and then shoots out into the pool. And then from the other side, what happens is, when the water comes across here, basically, and then the idea is that the coldest water would be at this end, because the hot water is getting pumped in at that end. So then this thing sucks the water out. It's got a pump mounted in the cellar which will pump the water out here. So it sucks it out there, and that's why you got the filter there, so you can take out all the cack and that. And then basically this will come and it'll feed back into the cellar. So this is the one that'll come around here, and that one will go back into there. And then in the cellar will be the sand filter and the pump, which is pumping the water around the system, and also something for the chlorine levels. I think it's a salt chlorine filter or something. So yes, so progress made today. So as I said, got a few bits and bobs to do tomorrow when before we put the liner in. But we're getting very close now. The electrician is coming back not next week, the week after. So I've got another week to sort out everything to get to the point where we're basically ready to fill it with water. Once we're ready to fill it with water, and then he can come back and connect in the light and stuff like that, and the hot water heater. So yes, it's getting there. And then the next thing would be to pad all this gravel down so that it's rock hard, and then we can mount the deck on top of that. So yes, made lots of progress today. Enjoy.